What's up? Evening hour's about to start. I'm obsessed with this thing! I'm obsessed with that thing, folks. I don't know what to say. Look how little it is. All right. What's up, people? Here we are, evening hour live. Let's listen to a record. Wow. What a weekend. Who do I have in here? I got lots of weirdos, lots of fun people, gamers, people from all walks of life coming through here. I've got such an eclectic group of friends, and I am grateful for that. Let me turn this up a bit. I found a stash of classical. I'm a classical guy. I love classical music. And I found a stash of classical records right on the street. People put them on the street for people to take. So clearly I've got some Baroque Festival here, which is a whole bunch of stuff. Bach, I got all sorts of stuff. And anybody watching, I did get the new Benediction on vinyl. Dude. I mean, if you like metal, this is off the charts. It's got such kick, bounce. It's got, I don't know. And look at this. Look at this. It's really good. It's 2 vinyls. Yeah, I could do a whole episode on this. This is old school done right. Cheers to David Ingram. All right. Oh, we got lots of people in here. William says he loves the Let's Get Weird slogan. I mean, yeah, why not, right? I got some crazy stories to tell tonight. I have Wednesday night, I'm doing another evening hour. Friday night, I'm doing a Behind the Devil's Curtain, episode 3. So if you're new to this channel, and I see some people in here that might be new, please subscribe and like and hit notify. It all helps. And clearly, these donations that keep coming in, my God, I've been getting, it's adding up, folks. It's awesome. Thank you, everybody. Anyhoozles, I like tchotchkes. As you can see, my house is filled. You can't even see the other rooms. This is one of those backflow incense burners, you know. I like them. Unfortunately, the incense they make for them is garbage. It's the cheapo stuff. But you need the special incense for the smoke thing to work. So, I finally found a good backflow incense cones, and it's in Chinese. It's just sandalwood. So if you Google plain sandalwood backflow. And then I found this online purchase. It's one of those, if you could see this up close, let me do a close-up. It reminds me of a DCC module. The smoke, if you let it chill, flows down. I didn't even turn the damn light on. Folks, look at the inside of this thing. It's like a geode cracked open and the smoke flows in it. It looks insane in real life. And I am obsessed with it. I'm going to start a religion around this incense burner. Alright, let's have some fun. Yeah, I do like sandal. I'm a fan of, I am a fan of natural incense. Fred Soul is the #1 incense maker. Fred Soul. Resin on a stick. If you find it, get it. It's very expensive. Some of them are almost $2 a stick. It's worth every penny. Tonight's beverage is this no alcohol stuff. All Out. It's my favorite new drink. Super dark no alcohol beer. Craft beer. Uh-oh, my robot moderator's yelling at somebody. Wow. Dude, this technology stuff is blowing my mind. I have this whole thing running right now on my own, and it is mind-blowing. Oh, we got people coming in. Come on in. So, yeah, subscribe to my channel if you're new, and let's just move on. I have so many things to talk about. First of all, tonight, if you see, I'm covered in flour. I was making gnocchi, and I made a big, giant batch, so I have it for, it'll last a while. I can feed friends and family. And today I had a doctor's appointment for my arthritis. Oh, yes. I have terrible arthritis. I guarantee you, there's many reasons why. I've been, doing things with my fingers for 40 years. I don't know. I also play bass guitar. And my bass guitar playing in the old days caused a cyst to form that I had to have surgery on. So I have my neck, I have bad arthritis. They x-rayed my knees and were like, you have arthritis. So finally, I go to a real arthritis doctor for some help to make sure I don't have something really serious. And I unfortunately knew more about my condition and arthritis and new medicines than the doctor. It was a waste of my time. It was really sad. I brought up some new medicine that they use to treat arthritis, and the doctor had never heard of it. I mean, I could go on and on. The doctor didn't even know what CBD was. Okay? That's what I'm saying. It's pretty lame. So then the doctor told me that I need to stop doing this. They were like, well, you have to kind of stop doing all the finger flicking. And I was like, it's not happening. Unfortunately, that doctor's not very smart because when I'm doing it, it actually helps a bit to keep them moving. So the doctor's... The moral of the story is, if you have any medical condition, do your own research too, okay? That's what I'm saying. That's the PSA of the evening. Do your own research, because you can. And you can, if you're smart on the internet, you can look it up. If you ever do have aches and pains and arthritis, look up Boswellia serrata. Boswellia serrata. It's an herb. It's frankincense is what it is. So I take frankincense every day, and it's actually helping my arthritis. Doctors are using it instead of the arthritis medicine now. It's that good. And just so you know, they don't know about it, which is weird. So anywho, did you guys have a good weekend? Let's see here. Anybody in here talking about... who's in here? We got Silly, Daryl, Eric. You guys have a good weekend? I don't know where you guys live, what state. I think Daryl's upstate, I believe. I'm in New York City. We had 73-degree weather for 3 days, today included. Well, we had about 70-degree weather today. And it was insane. So Friday night, I was here doing my boardgasm, and I was basically giving my overview of the art of dungeon mastering and kind of my vibe on how I approach it. And a lot of you were in here, and thank you. That was a great episode. I had a lot of fun. Tonight... Oh, and then, okay, so I did that episode, all excited to get up and to spend the weekend and not work. I literally, this weekend, was like, I am not going to even work on this internet stuff. as some of you know, it's insane. I work on this stuff all day. In the meantime, I'm teaching internet classes and doing live gigs. So it's a little bit of a juggle, but I've got a system down now. I used to not have like a serious, like locked in system, but now I do. I decided not to work. I was going to surf, skateboard, sit in the beach, and do nothing except hang out with my friends and family. And that's what I did. I didn't do anything. I woke up and I was in the water Saturday, 3.5 hours about. Really fun. Waves were pretty good. It wasn't too crowded. And then I skateboarded, and then we went out, and I do a lot of magic shows at a restaurant called Wits End, and we went and we went out that night and ate there. I never get to just sit and eat. I need to get a disguise because I was asked to do magic tricks pretty much all night, and I was like, I'm off duty. I feel bad telling people that, but if I start doing magic, it's that's it. People start gathering, and I can't get out of it. So, and it was a lot of people there, so I was trying to I'm off tonight. And one of the coolest things happened. I had some guests staying over, and we had a blast. And we saw something right out of a movie. We saw a guy, a really young man, defend his woman's honor. And with a nice Irish accent, he basically said to somebody, like, no one insults my wife. And totally, it was like old school fist fight right there. It was like, wow, I haven't seen that in a long time. So it was an eventful day. And then, the next day, same thing. I got up and Saturday I surfed 4 hours? I was in the water longer. Now it was crowded and the waves were good, but it sucked because it was just too crowded. Every wave I got was somebody else was on it, or it was hard. It was a little messy. And then I skateboarded, and it was a great day of skateboarding. There was a really large skate park on my block that was just finished. It's a cement skate park with a snake run. And they had an event there. So I was watching it and having fun. And then I crashed. I crashed my skateboard. I was riding my 5.5 foot long longboard, which is actually really hard to ride. And I crashed it. I don't know what happened. I didn't hit a rock. I just kind of fell. I don't know what happened. And unfortunately, I smashed my hand. So it's feeling a little better. But the one that's really bad, my left butt. Horrible. It's purple. It's very hard to sit right now. That's why I'm leaning a little bit like this. And it's hard to walk. It hurts that bad. I bruised that bone or muscle really bad. It's not the tailbone. It's more like, it's literally that muscle on the butt. The gluteus maximus of sorts. Wow. So I'm pushing, the 5.0. So skateboarding is a little trickier than it used to be. Yeah. So anywho, that was the weekend. It was very cool. I mean, other than the injury, it was a breath of fresh air to see people in a good mood. And, I gotta say, people are in a good mood. Whatever political field you're on, I don't know. It's kind of nice to feel some sort of, I don't know. It's not over yet, all this stuff, so we're still waiting for, But it's, somebody else is pushing the big 5-0. Yeah, so it was a fun weekend. It was really nice. People were in a good mood. The weather was perfect. The water was nice. The evening, the sunset. If you follow me on Instagram, I was posting sunset photos. Yeah, I crashed. I crash once a year, maybe. I've had more injuries surfing than I have skateboarding. But skateboarding, I cracked this wrist in 2 spots. I've had a lot of skateboarding injuries when I was younger. Surfing, I mean, I've been cut, banged, bruised. Couldn't walk for almost a month because of my knee. Yeah, a lot of injuries there too. These backflow incense cones, I gotta say, don't last long. They kind of go quick. But this one's not bad. I do like it, the smell. Yes, so let's talk about what's coming up on Wednesday. Oh, my Instagram is Cardone Magic. And if you don't follow me there, I tell people to go check it out. I post a lot, and I try to keep it kind of fun and active, and yeah. And it's tied into all this stuff, too. It's all one big package now. You know, I'm going to be honest, and this is kind of cool. Here's some philosophy. When I was first starting out my career in New York City, and it goes right into my main story I'm going to tell tonight, because my story tonight has to do with puppets a bit. When I first got to New York City, I was coming from a performer background, magician, theater arts, classically trained Shakespeare stuff. I even did ballet for 4 years. But I came here not with the intention to do theater or perform or any acting at all. I came here to... I kind of just came to do my thing, and one of those things was playing a band. And very quickly, which I'll tell the story one day, not tonight, that happened, and it went from 1 to 10 really quick. It was like, wow, this is flying. And so, while that was going on, I was developing a magic career alongside it. I kind of had the both things going. The magic was more of the day job, and the rock and roll bit, even though we were doing it right, it was still it was so much work. You have no idea. And anybody that's in a band knows. But I kept my disciplines separate in my mind and in how I talk to people about it. I was two different characters. I was Cardone the Magician, and I was Adam Vomit. And eventually I didn't like that. I felt weird. Now, I do not mix my magic with my rock stuff. It's very rare. I mean, if not ever. I've done it once with my band, Karen. When I played with Karen Black, we did one show where I did an illusion. I think music, rock music, live rock music cheapens the magic. And I think magic in a live rock show is completely unnecessary because live rock and roll really is magic. And by using an illusion, it doesn't make sense to me. I like them separate. But as I present myself to the public, I'm now just Cardone. And I have all sorts of things that come with that. So, and so when I first came to New York, I was still auditioning for things. And I auditioned for a theater group at La Mama. And I was introduced to them by my good friend Kevin Scullin, who might be watching. And the hook of it all, and I mean hook, because he was like, oh, they're doing a little thing down at La Mama, which is a famous underground theater. And I was interested. But the hook was who the director was. The director was Tom O'Horrigan. And Tom O'Horrigan is, I believe, the only director to have like 4 or 5 shows at the same time on Broadway. I think it was 5. He was the original director there of Hair, Jesus Christ Superstar, Lenny, the Sgt. Pepper Show, and there's another one, I can't remember. Anyway, he was a big-time Broadway director who, in his retirement, started doing underground theater again, which is where he came from, which is why I wanted to do the project. So I and my fellow classmate, Tom Lee, so if you're watching, we got to hang, bro. We got hired to be in this play. And it was actually 3 mini plays in 1 production, or whatever. Someone's bringing up Alaska. You know, I played with her for 6 years, and I think we only played that song twice. It's crazy. Anywho, I have stories about that too, I'll tell one day. Yeah, so here I am in this play. Tom O'Horrigan's directing it, and we did it at La Mama. And it was great. It was really cool. It was cool to work with him. I mean, and I was absorbing it all. I was very young. I was 21 years old. Wow, long time ago. That's basically 25 years ago. So here I am in the show, and me and Tom Lee quickly made friends with him because, not because we were actors, but because of everything else we did. We both made things with our bare hands, and I did magic, and I made props and whatever, and I did puppets. And Tom Lee was also an actor, but he was a set designer, a set builder. He made props and things. So Tom Lee and I, Tom got hired by Tom Horrigan, the director, to build a bunch of props and set design a play that was going to be at the Queen's Theater. You know the Men in Black thing with the towers? Right there. Right? There's a theater there. And Tom Lee hired me to build a puppet for the show. And a big one. Like maybe up to here. It was like a large-scale puppet that had to have moving arms, legs, and it was a one-man operated deal. And I did it. And from that moment on, Tom Lee and me and Tom Horrigan, we were at his house, I would say for almost 18 years, 15 years. I was either at Thanksgiving or Christmas Eve or both every year at his house and working on shows or helping him with a play reading or getting hired to build props for somebody else's play that was going to be done in his house. Like, we were just part of the team now, and we were there, and we would work on... I remember sleeping under his piano once because we were there, like, for so long building props and stuff. It was a fantastic, fantastic learning experience. He's definitely one of my mentors that I really learned a lot from. I learned a lot about art and music. He's a musician who ended up becoming a director. He was a harpist. And I like it when people apply musical knowledge to their art. I mean, I'm so glad that I'm glad that I'm a self-taught musician, because the timing and the business of music and how music works is kind of how I try to create everything else. For me, music is the highest art form that everybody tries to be. It's my own personal opinion. I'm going to flip the record, speaking of music. I am obsessed. I've always liked Baroque music. And I am obsessed with this new record. It's got a little bit of everything on it. So I built a lot of puppets. I built my own ventriloquist dummy that did hundreds and hundreds of nightclub shows. And on Wednesday night, I am going to bust out a lot of my ventriloquist memorabilia and show it here on this show on Wednesday night. So you don't want to miss Wednesday. I have really weird ventriloquist memorabilia that you're going to love. So that's on Wednesday. But right now, here, I brought just a few puppets that I've made over the years. And some of them are new and some of them are old. Here's one of the first ones I made a long time ago. And it's not in the best of shape, but it still looks great. Look at this guy. These guys here... Here, let me get this one here. These guys here I made... They're latex. These guys are really feral looking. I'm going to put them down here and then I'll turn the camera on. And they start off, I sculpt them out of clay, mold them, and then I cast them and make latex. And these I've sold over the years. They've been in some art shows. I use them as props for things. And then here, see this guy here? Turns into this when it's done. This guy's really ugly. His skin tone's too white. It needs to be taken back a hair, but yeah, he's almost done. So their teeth are individually done. So, here's another one that's not done. Look at this big boy. This one's a really large one. So, I like making puppets. I've made them over the years for different projects. Different types of puppets. Hand puppets. The ventriloquist style, which I think I'm going to show on Wednesday's show. Pretty crazy how they work. I'm self-taught. I just kind of make it up as I go along, which is kind of cool. little story. Somebody I know got a teaching job at a really great school because they were self-taught. They didn't want somebody who learned it from a system. They wanted someone that made their own system up. It was for set design. So cool, right? So they hired the guy that had his own system. Very cool. But yeah, through trial and error, you learn. And that's what I did with making these kind of puppets. The ventriloquist dummy, I had a plan. An actual plan on how to do it. And I followed it as best I could. And I'll show that on Wednesday. Puppets with wires, yes. So I did not make this one. Here, I'm going to show you one now. I did not make this, but I use this style a lot. Well, okay. Another story. I'm going to change the story here. Check this out. So, Tom Lee, the guy that I said I worked on the puppets and building stuff with, for the director guy, Tom Horrigan, he turned into a puppet master, literally. He goes all over the world now as a puppeteer, puppet director, maker. That's his thing. And together, we had a show in the Jim Henson Festival. We got that grant for the Jim Henson St. Anne's thing. And we did our own version of Punch and Judy, and I have one right here. There's 9 puppets to this set, and here's one of the 9. Let me see if I can get his thing off. Wait till you see this guy. Look at this guy. So we made these for the show, and we had a costume designer design the costumes. These were really great. This is Punch, as in Punch and Judy Punch. This was our version of Punch. And as you can see, yeah, it's a little different. And there is a video of this, and there is talk that we are going to bring this back in a video series. But he's very busy, and so am I, so we'll see. Something I would like to do. I'd like to capture it on film in a cool manner. And then, this puppet, hand cam. Let me get this hand cam on. This here is the type you see in Czech Republic. And this guy here, this is a specific style where you can control it with one person. It's a type of a marionette. It's a little different. It's got a, and I'll show you. Here's the top view. This is the system for the legs, hand. Here's the hand, and the tail is the back. So with one hand, you can do a lot. Or 2 hands, you can do a lot. And, yeah, this is from Czech Republic. I did not make this one. But I will say, this style of puppet and how it operates, I've used as a model for building them. Because the way the feet move is fantastic. Watch this. You can really give it some cute movement. So, I did not make this one. But I would say if I had to make one like this, it would take about a week. It depends what I'm using. If you're using any type of paper mache, any kind, celluclay is fantastic. It's a type of paper mache that gets hard as a rock. It takes forever to dry, so you're waiting for drying times. But if you're not, I can bust them out in a week. Like these kind here, it takes like a week for me to get from all the way to the end. And if anybody was wondering what I do with my sleeves after I chop them off of all my shirts, now you know. I recycle everything. Yeah, puppet theater is really fantastic. I'm going to be talking a lot about that on Friday. And that's what I want to talk about right now is Friday's show. The title is Behind the Devil's Curtain, Episode 3, Necromancy and Ventriloquism. So here's what it is. I'm going to be doing, the episode is basically me doing my ventriloquist lecture. Ventriloquism 101, my version of it, but I'm including the occult history in detail. And all through the episode, we're going to be talking about puppetry and ventriloquism and its application and its psychology. And what does it mean? What do our brains do when we see puppets? You know, I'm showing these puppets here. It actually does something to you. Yeah, Daryl said shadow puppetry. We'll talk about that on Friday. Puppetry is a very ancient art form, and it is very ritualistic and very... it's, to me, the embodiment of what magic is. It's a form of magic. A really powerful form of magic. And we'll talk about that on Friday. There's a reason why certain types of people use puppets for educational purposes. It's an amazing thing. And my experience with puppetry, most specifically ventriloquism, I've had some crazy experiences. But I will say ventriloquism has two facets. It's got the audio-vocal facet, and it has the puppetry added. And people don't realize this, but puppetry was only added to this many thousand-year-old art form maybe 500 years ago. So the puppets came later with the ventriloquism as an entertaining art form. Wait, what is this? Oh, these are those t-shirts. Why do I have extra ones here? Anywho, yeah, anybody has questions tonight, please ask. Please. I love questions. Questions are fun. We got lots of viewers in here. Hey, thank you. If you're new to this channel, folks, please do me a favor, like and subscribe. It's the least I can ask. It helps so much. People don't realize how hard it is to get subscribers on these things. It's not easy. Which is why there are a million videos called How to Get More YouTube Subscribers. Alright, I'm going to put these puppets out like this so that you can see them when I do a close-up. What else did I have to say? I'll show you. Yeah, here they are. This is the hand cam. Blah. Yeah, here they are. This guy here, I just love his tusks. Yeah, they're pretty hideous looking creatures. I wanted them to look pretty scary. Something that actually would terrify me if I actually saw it. Hi. Yeah, these guys are great. Well, I love making puppets. If you guys make puppets, I'd like to hear about it. Puppet making is weird. I don't know, like, when I was little it seemed popular. Now kids don't do it as much. We used to make them out of paper bags, out of socks, everything. You name it, I would make a puppet out of it. We used to make them with our hands, Senior Wences style. Anybody's watching this, here's your homework for Friday. A, go watch a bunch of ventriloquist videos. And I don't mean Jeff Dunham and the new guys. Watch the old guys. Senior Wences. Jimmy Nelson. Paul Winchell. Go look up those guys. And your mind's going to be blown. Really great stuff. And also get a puppet. And I'll talk about that on Wednesday. Get a puppet and take my class on Friday night, 8 p.m. You'll be sitting here watching this live with a puppet, and you're going to be talking to the TV with me. Ah! Goblinko's in here. Goblinko, the company that makes Dungeon Degenerates. Sean Auberg and Katie Auberg. They just said that, okay. He just posted it. The Svankmajer Faust. You got to go see that. I got to see it at the movies. My mind was blown. It's a puppet movie done right. Awesome. He's right. Yeah. If you like puppets, that movie is a ritual of sorts. No joke. It really is. I mean, honestly, like, that's the idea of what we're going to try to do with our Punch and Judy is make a film of it of sorts without it being done live. Oh, man, this guy came out. Yeah, when I do my thing on Friday about ventriloquism, we're going to go into detail about what ventriloquism is, like in very specific detail, because there's a few things going on people don't realize. Silly Swastika said, "What theater?" I don't know what that means. The theater that I performed in, or yeah, I mean, I did a lot of theater. I do like traditional theater, specifically Greek drama, Shakespeare. I like the classic stuff a lot. Modern theater, I don't have much to do with. Just like modern musicals, don't care. Opera, I really like. As I get older, I really like the new opera. I mean, the going back to these classics. Going to the opera today. Did I see the puppet show? I did see the Faust. The Jan Svankmajer's Faust. I saw it at a movie theater in New York City. Film Forum, I believe, showed it. Was it at Film Forum? Yeah, I think I saw it at Film Forum, which is an art house, and they show cool stuff. I'm trying to think of other good puppet films. I mean Dark Crystal. But I mean, like, taking the medium far. Not sure. I gotta look it up. Anywho, so Wednesday, I'm going to give you a little teaser of what I'm going to do Wednesday, just so you know. I collect really twisted ventriloquist memorabilia. And, let's see. You want to see something twisted? Here's some wickedly fun stuff. Let me see if I can do the hand cam for this one. You're going to die when you see this up close. Here we go. Look at this. So the record is called Chips of Wisdom. Paul Winchell and Jerry Mahoney. Now, here's why this is brilliant. This is not to be... It's not a comedy album, folks. This is dead serious. Dead serious. Chips of Wisdom. And, maybe I'll play a little bit of that on Wednesday. My God, it's really twisted stuff. So when I started getting obsessed with ventriloquism at an early age, and I mean early age, it was hard to collect stuff. There's not a lot of ventriloquist memorabilia floating around. But if you dig deep, there's a lot. And I got some cool stuff here. I have books that are from the 1800s. I've got a ventriloquist course here that I'm going to open up. I've got lots of really good vinyl. I'll show you where I learned. And then on Friday, in the actual show, I'm going to give the lessons with my dummies. You'll see all my ventriloquist dummies that some of them I use in nightclubs. Some of them I use for the mingle jobs where I have to, like, I call one the parade dummy. Like if I get a gig walking in a parade or something and I need a dummy, he's the parade dummy. I'll have those will all be out Friday night. That's the Friday night fun. And I'm going to be teaching you how to do it. So if you've got kids, bring them in. They're going to learn too. If you're an adult, you're a teacher, anybody, you're going to learn. And do I have a jar? Here, let me show you. Let me see if I can do this here. Yeah. Here. Yo. I'm going to be teaching a little bit of this. This is the original version of ventriloquism. Yo. Yo. Hello, yo, Ned. Yo, Ned. Hello, yo, Ned. What do you want? Yo. Hey, Ned, what are you doing? Good night. All right. So that kind of stuff, the actual voice throwing, we'll be doing a little bit of that, and I'll explain the history, and it's got a crazy history and a cult history. There's necromancy involved, folks. You don't want to miss it. If you're in here and you're brand new, subscribe to that channel. You got to hit the like, the subscribe, and the notify. I'm pushing to that 1,000 mark. I'm over 500, creeping towards 1,000. And the goal is to hit 1,000 by the end of the year. Oh, I know. If you follow me on Twitter, you saw today I posted another playing card design. I should have loaded them in here. Maybe on Wednesday I'll do that so I can show you on here. I have 4, 5, there's like 7 or I don't know how many cards are done for this new deck of cards that's going to be on Kickstarter on Black Friday. Basically, the new card is Leviathan, who is the King of Hearts. Yeah, it's going to be sick. And I posted it on Twitter. So if you go to satanicplayingcards.com, there's a mailing list. Somebody was asking today. I think, who was asking me today about it? Somebody was asking me. You just sign the mailing list, and I'll let you know. You know, we'll start promoting the actual day. The other thing I wanted to say is the first 100 people, and the mailing list is already over 100, so whoever it is has to be quick. The first 100 are going to have their name in the cards. There's going to be a card or 2 cards that have all the names of the first 100 backers, and it'll be in the deck, sealed. So yeah, that's definitely going to happen. And I've showed a million times the other pack of cards that my partner produced, and they're crazy good. When I saw them, I was like, oh, in. Somebody just said make a tarot deck. Yes. Oh yeah, William was, of course. We chatted about a tarot deck. It's getting this now. We also talked about something else that I think a lot of people in here are going to be, you'll like. It's something really neat. Yeah, and this is the first pack of playing cards officially got the thumbs up from the Church of Satan. So it's going to be good. Anytime this happens, it's got to be good because there's no cheapening out on this. High quality. And they're going to be meant to be a present, something you put on your table, that kind of a thing. And if you want, you can use them to do magic tricks. Oh my gosh, here we go. Gosh, when I drink this fake beer, it makes me yawn. It's like the bubbles in it make me, wow. I'm not kidding. If you guys like beer, I think you'll still, like, even if you drink alcoholic beer, you'll love this. All out. Oh yeah, Goblinko. Goblinko's, I saw a couple of the tarot cards today. It's funny that this guy asked. The tarot cards that I did see are mind-blowing. Some of the best work I've ever seen. Not kidding. Can't wait. Somebody said, tarot cards remind me of Joe Netherworld. Joe Netherworld is a dear friend who died past spring, and he's a real magical person. He brought a lot of different people together. He was an artist himself, but he also brought lots of other artists and again, weirdos together that we all love each other. Like, it was a group of people that kind of had a lot in common that he kind of gathered. And, Mr. Nemeth says, cold beer can slow down your metabolism and make you yawn. It does. But here's the thing. I like it warm. I'm a room temperature beer guy. Yeah, I don't know why. I think it tastes better. It's like a syrup. Oh yeah, we're patient. Yeah, he's got a few years to finish his taro. No problem. I think people are gonna wait. No problem. You know, things that are good, you got to be patient for. You know, okay. 2 years ago, my New Year's resolution was to understand patience. And I will say it's one of the hardest things in the world. Especially for me. I'm hyper. I'm like, I'm on 10. So, patience. What is it? How do you do it? Well, from reading all this crazy classic philosophy stuff that I've been throwing myself into head deep, if you do what you're supposed to be doing in the moment that you are in, you kind of don't need you don't need to do it. You can just chill and focus on what you're supposed to be doing. So your patience doesn't exist anymore because you're not being patient for anything because you're doing and not waiting. Did that make sense? Here we go. Oh yeah, Sean from Goblinko said carbs make him sleepy. Yeah. Carbs, yeah. I'm not a beer drinker. I mean, I drink lots of I don't drink, but I drink a lot of no alcohol beer. So, especially in the evening. It's like my evening drink. I used to drink soda, no more. Oh yeah, Sean Alberg's in here chatting right now, and he's got a lot of fans. We love your art, man. You're like working class artist extraordinaire hero guy. Here, I'm gonna do a plug for your book. Watch. It's funny doing a commercial for the guy who wrote the book while he's in here. Look, here it is. Look at this. Acid Vomit: The Art of Sean Alberg. Yeah. If you like punk rock art, weirdo art, stoner art, this is like he clearly you absorbed all of these great things that we all absorbed, and when you spit it back out your way, we like it. So if you want to get a cool book, an art book for a present for somebody, get this. Acid Vomit: The Art of Sean Alberg. Anywho, yeah, I like promoting other artists' art. I do. People that make a living as an artist, I call it working class artists. That's my term for it. People that bust their ass, make art, and sell it. It's not easy. It is a hustle game. And a lot of people, when this pandemic hit, they had to learn how to do what all of us have been doing for 20 years. So, you know, like, that's what we do. We know how to just whip things up and make. You have to create. You have to make. And you can't stop. I'm gonna change the LP. And a lot of people are always requesting music on my shows, but I can't just play records. People don't understand how the copyright laws work anymore, and it's kind of complicated. I don't know if people know this, but you technically can't play the radio at a bar. That's illegal too. You're supposed to be paying a copyright fee. So when you hear tunes in my show, they're either rock songs that I wrote and play on, or they are old classical records that don't trigger the algorithm. That's usually what I play. The stuff that I write, some of it I can't even play because it triggers the algorithm too. The Toilet Boy stuff, I can't play it. It's not. I mean, I guess I could go in there and somehow let them know I'm allowed to, but I don't even. It's fine. Here we go. Somebody in here saying, yeah, if you're an artist of different mediums, yeah, it's a hustle game. I mean, that's what I've been doing. I've been going from musician to magician and together and for 25 years. When I first got to New York, my first actual day job was a bagel baker. That's a good news episode. I could do one on all the jobs, the hard, like, grunt labor jobs that I have had. Wow. I've got some crazy stories from the bagel shop. Oh my God. I'm writing this down. I learned how to speak Bengali working at the bagel shop. I took it upon myself. I said, somebody wrote something really cool. I'll read it in a second. Michael. Ami jani olpo Bangla. Amar Bangla olpo bahalachi. I can speak a little Bangladeshi. It's pretty cool. Work stories. Yeah, I was working there losing my mind because it was such a hard job, and I decided to learn Bengali to keep my brain occupied, and I learned a lot. It's kind of crazy. Michael McDerby said, I saw you quote Richard III on IG the other day. Oh yeah. I'm curious what Shakespeare characters you can relate to most. Wow. Okay. Now we're on. That is a cool question. Well, I do like Richard III, and I one day would like to play that part. It just looks fun. I mean, he's the bad guy who's relishing in being a bad guy a lot of the show, and it looks kind of fun to play. Very Vincent Price. But I gotta say, wow. I mean, relate to is a hard word. Because I don't know if I want to relate with all these guys, but I do. Okay, so my first job out of college, I got to play in the Three Rivers Shakespeare Festival, Tybalt. Love the part. He doesn't do a lot, but he's a big part. Like, his presence is there. So the moments he does get on stage to me are very important. Like, the things he does and says, and the words that come out of his mouth, they've got to be bam, because he's only out there for a little bit. And I got the part because I was a sword fighter guy in college. I had that ASDF sword fighting license, which means you pass the test that's really hard to pass for sword fighting, so they trust you with doing some of these more complicated roles. I love the play Romeo and Juliet. I just watched the movie recently, the newer one with Leonardo, and it's good. I mean, they do a good job. I like Macbeth. I like, wow, what other ones? I mean, there's so many. Oh, Henry V. Some of those monologues in that are epic. There's so many. It's hard to pick. I do like Macbeth because it's got the witches stuff and the supernatural stuff. And I got to be in a production of that where the witches, this is cool, the witches were on stage for the entire play. So if they weren't on stage doing the witch part, which is just a couple parts, or one part basically, they were above. There was a platform above the other stage that they were looming on the whole time, watching. And all the bit parts in the play, it was them playing the parts. So the idea was, they don't prophesize that this thing's happening to him. They make it happen. They are it. Very cool interpretation by the great director Mladen Kiselov from Bulgaria. Awesome man, passed away 8 years ago. Totally great mentor, great director. Yeah, Shakespeare. I like Shakespeare. I actually, believe it or not, I like Greek drama the best. Only because I find the way Greek drama unfolds kind of contemporary. The language is very straight up, and the plot kind of drives along. Whereas Shakespeare clearly is flowery language. Me pardonara, gentle master mine. I am in all affected as yourself, glad that you thus suck the sweets of sweet philosophy. Yeah, what's that? That's, But let's be no Stoics nor no stocks, I pray, or so devote to the Aristotle's checks, as Ovid be an outcast quite abjured. Bulk logic with acquaintance with you have, and practice rhetoric in your common talk. Music and poesy used to quicken you. The mathematics and the metaphysics, you fall to them as your stomach serves you. Yeah, that's a really great monologue from Taming of the Shrew. I don't know why I remember that. It's a great monologue on how to chill out and stop being so serious. It's pretty cool. Yeah, I have a lot of little Shakespeare bits floating in my head. Wow. Thanks for the Shakespeare question. Well, I'm not going to dilly-dally tonight's episode. We're at an hour. Sometimes I go to an hour and a half. I actually am going to get off soon and work on Wednesday and Friday's show. But before I do, look at this. This brand new Saturday arrived. Kickstarter. This will be for sale in stores. Night of the Living Dead, Zombicide. I just opened it. It's a cool game. I didn't play it yet. I've messed around with the rules. It's a co-op solo game, and it is the movie. It's the movie. It's every character. It's the house. It's the yard, the field. It's the movie. You get to enact all the scenes. I am a sucker for these kind of games, and I got it. And we'll see if it's any good. I have a lot of games I'm playing right now, and I'm always curious of which ones are going to last, like, for years. If you're watching Goblinko, or they pronounce it Goblinko. I don't know why I say go. It's my East Coast accent. They make a game called Dungeon Degenerates, and I have it permanently set up in my... Here it is. See? It's permanently set up. I play it all the time. I played last week I played 2 nights. It's my favorite new board game. But there are a lot of good board games coming out. It's board game renaissance right now. So if you're into board games, you should follow this channel, because I have a board game show called Boardgasm. And I have coming up Wednesday night another one of these news hours, and it's going to be all ventriloquist memorabilia. Friday night we got Behind the Devil's Curtain, necromancy and ventriloquism. I'm getting deep in this one. And please subscribe. If you're in here new, look, I got tons of people in here tonight. Every time I do one of these, I go up in subscribers. I get donations. It's been pretty darn cool. I'm very grateful that people are in here having fun. People are donating. It means a lot to me. It goes right into the show, not into the pocket. Not yet. It will eventually. And folks, what can I say? Thank you for all the support. Some of you are really helping me out. I'm getting suggestions. Reverend Campbell was helping me out with some of the tech stuff. William's been giving me some, thoughtful advice, and some. A lot of you are giving me just a lot of cheers, and that's what I need. It's not easy to do this. Most people do these kind of shows, and they kind of stop after a while. I'm going to keep going. I have lots of ideas, and I really like doing these. So, yeah, if you guys have suggestions, send them out. If you're new, hit that subscribe button, and keep checking it out, man. I take this very seriously, and I try to make each one of these have some sort of fun stuff in it, stuff that ain't boring, stuff that you guys will have fun learning about and goofing on. And, yeah, thank you. Yeah, William's always sharing my links. And you know what? It actually helps. One little share goes, bing, 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 it starts to snowball. So, it all helps. So, hey, Sean Alberg was in here. Thanks for dropping in, Sean. And, yeah, support his page, too. They have a YouTube show, and they do a great Instagram and a great mailing list. And check out their website. So, yeah, thank you, everybody. I had a good time tonight. I'm going to show the outro, and, yeah. Anything else? I think that's it. I hope you guys had fun tonight. I certainly did. And I'll see you on Wednesday night for another evening hour. And that one is going to be ventriloquist memorabilia. And as William said, let's get weird. I like the weird stuff. I like the oddball. I like the strange, the weird, the whimsical, the nautical, the traverse. Anything science looks at and goes, what? That's what I like. That's where I go hang out. So, that's what I do. That's what a lot of you guys like. And I hope you guys had a great night. I'm going to sign out, and Party on, Wayne.